I was contacted by the manager of Travel Lithuania. He was searching for a new way, or an alternative way, how to collect data about tourists that came from abroad, from other countries. Travel Lithuania is the national tourism development agency. They are trying to create tools that can be used by whole tourism industry and the community in the country. So it includes municipalities and their regional tourism agencies, as well as local businesses who are servicing tourists.
We have decided to use the mobile positioning data because the data that we used to have before that, it was really connected to the accommodation institutions. This means that we only could see the movements about the tourists who stay overnight, but, for example, not the ones that are only visiting for one day, not the ones that are transiting the country. Also, it was very general information. It means that we could not know what areas did they visit, what tourist attractions were important to them. The dashboard on tourism that we have and use in Lithuania has, I would say, three main uses. First one is the most general statistical data. It means that it covers the municipalities and counties. So we have the most general data, and mainly this data is meant for the decision makers who need to see the tendencies, a broader view. Then the second layer is daily statistics, which is mostly oriented to the companies, to the event organizers or festivals or celebration organizers who need the specific data on the daily tourist flows. They can see more accurate data and who did they attract and how many people did they attract to this certain event. And the third shows the most granular data. It means that it shows how people move on touristic objects level, because we have a layer that shows touristic object, and you can see how people traveled in that area. This particular data is meant mostly for the infrastructure planners, for those who want to develop some more touristic attractions, to those who need a very detailed geographical data for the decision making.
We explored other ways how to collect data, like making some gadgets that we can provide for the tourists, and they would need to bring this gadget with them while they're staying in Lithuania. We also thought about installing cameras in places where tourists visit, and we explored similar means, but all of them have one key thing in common. They all cost a lot, not only to install, to buy all these gadgets or cameras, but also to maintain them and to analyze data from them. It is very difficult, complicated, and expensive. We chose MPD because it is reliable, can be accessed quickly, analyzed quickly. There is a long-term methodology developed, so this was the easiest way. So the project was delivered by three partners, three companies. So it was Positium, mobile network operator Tele2, and me from Positium. Positium was the crucial, probably the most important partner in this, because they did the actual analysis of the data. While Tele2 provided all the technical infrastructure, I mean servers and basic software that is needed for managing servers. Also, they provided access to the raw mobile data that was necessary to the project.
Currently in our dashboard we have the data from May to October in 2021, and this was the pilot project, which was meant, first of all, of course, to measure the data, but the second purpose was just to see how the data works, how the indicators work, are they the relevant indicators that we actually need. Because right now we are having these discussions with our stakeholders, which means the businesses, the municipalities, and we are collecting the feedback with what works and what doesn't. We are really glad to say that the initial response was really positive. Representatives said that they are really happy to have this tool and it will give them a lot of insight. On the national country level, we have the data and sometimes it is enough just to see the overview. But when you move to the municipality level, which is really detailed, then you need detailed data to make the detailed decisions. Usually the official statistics is still too broad to this kind of decision making. That's why we really want to involve them and to make it as simple as possible for them to use it. We expect that in the next phases we will be improving the methodology, the indicators that are collected, and then to have the continuously updated data in the next phase and for it to be exactly what our businesses and what our tourism and municipalities need.